So I'm on this website, IoT now, which I'm guessing stands for Internet of Things, and it's basically talking about what homes will look like in the future. So I thought I'll just go through it with you. So IoT, which Internet of Things and home automation. What does the future hold? Internet of Things. Once a dream, IoT home automation is slowly but steadily becoming a part of our daily lives around the world. In fact, it is believed that the global market for smart home automation will reach $40 billion by 2020. This shouldn't be surprising when you consider the convenience and ease that smart home devices offer. Since these Internet of Things devices are interconnected, it becomes easy to manage multiple operations. In fact, the IoT home devices also help in reducing costs, energy, not to mention time as well. These days, there is a vast range of devices powered by the Internet of Things. It's slowly rolling out. I think it started obviously with the Wi-Fi modems, people bringing in computers to the homes, and then it went into, that was the start of it. And then suddenly you got all these smart products. I think you got the smartphones, didn't you? And now you've got smart TVs, and it's even going to the point where you've got smart lamps, smart lights. Everything's smart. Everything's connected to the internet. Everything. One piece of technology can trace another piece. So your lamp can track your fridge, your smart fridge, and your smart TV. They're all interconnected. So yeah, I know someone that's got a smart lamp. We've actually got I don't agree with it, but we've got a smart TV in our home downstairs. I don't have a TV. But yeah, downstairs there is. That's not up to me though. That's up to them, people I live with. But yeah, there's a smart TV in this house. I don't associate with it though. Before proceeding any further, let's take a look at the IoT Internet of Things in an umbrella term used for all technologies that enable the connections of a device to the internet. Such systems depend on collection of data. The data is then used for monitoring, controlling, and transferring information to other devices via the internet. So it collects data, I'm guessing, so these devices that you have in your home can collect data from your phone. Everything you do on your phone or whatever, they can collect data from that. This allows specific actions to be automatically activated whenever certain situations arise. In a simple example, consider a smart kettle. The kettle can be programmed to automatically turn off once it has reached specific temperature. It might also send a notification to the user at the same time. So, at the moment, you've got the smart lamps, haven't you? So you can turn it off or your smart light, you can turn it off via your phone, on and off. So you don't have to get up and go and switch the light on. You can just do it from your phone when you sat down. Now apply the same concept to the entire home and all the devices present. That is a smart home powered by the Internet of Things. Everything in your home is connected to the internet. Instead of manually going up to the device and taking action, those actions can be taken at the press of a button, making people less dependent on things and more dependent on technology. These days, most smart Internet of Things homes, automation devices allow you to control them via an app or even voice command. These days, it says, these days. So what will it be in the future? Maybe it might be just like you walk in. Maybe it's going to be connected to your social credit score. And your social credit score decides, and your profile decides on what you can and can't do in your home. And that your smart home decides for you. That's where it's going in my eyes. So these days, most smart Internet of Things home automation devices allow you to control them via an app or even voice command. Now imagine if you did not even need to undertake such actions. In other words, the smart home will know when to take certain actions and automatically take them. Look at where they're going with this, guys. I mean, this is a technocratic takeover. This is technology taking over your life. Basically, kind of algorithms, I'm guessing, and stuff like that. It's not. This is where the future of home automation and the Internet of Things lies. Here are some possible scenarios that we may see in the future. Lighting. These days, smart lighting is all the rage. They can be scheduled to turn on and off and change their intensity. However, in future, it is possible for this to be taken a further step. With the IoT enabled across the home, the lights can respond to other actions you take. For example, the lights can respond to your home cinema. Oh, we'll have a home cinema. Or will we? Or is that just for the rich? I don't know. They can turn off or dim whenever you start watching a movie. Going further, they may even react with the type of movie. For example, you can turn off completely if the light sense that you are watching a horror movie gives you the proper atmosphere. Interesting how they use horror movie in a genre, like in a the horror movie genre in a article like this with technology taking over. It is kind of like a horror, in it. In the future, doors can become smarter as well. This gets interesting. So it can lock the doors. It can unlock the doors. You know, if you do something wrong, who's not to say it can lock you in your house? Imagine them opening only when you enter or close. This may be possible via a smart device or facial recognition. Facial recognition. There we go. Done a video on that a couple of days ago, I think it was, about facial recognition. This can be taken to the next step by getting the rest of house take actions in tandem with your entry. For example, the lights can turn on as soon as you enter through the door. Alternatively, if you are leaving, they can turn off. Windows. Windows can become smarter as well. Oh yeah, we need smart windows now. So not only do we desperately need smart doors and smart lights and smart TVs and smartphones, we desperately need smart windows, because that is what we need. Obviously, not like we can just open and close manual windows. We have to have automatic windows, according to these people. Windows can become smarter as well. Imagine them automatically open the shutters when the sun rises and close at sunset. You may even be able to program them to close automatically when it rains. Consider the previous examples of a home movie. Your curtains can lower whenever you are watching the movie. They're making it out like it's such a good utopic thing, aren't they? So who's to say that a lot of us are not even going to be here by then? Because, obviously they don't want us around. But this is for probably the remaining people that'll have to go through all this. These days, you can control your home thermostat remotely via apps. In the future, you may not even need to do that. The thermostat will do it to recognise you nearby your home. It will check the room and external temperatures and then set it right for you. It may even recognise when you are taking certain actions and adjusting accordingly, and such as when you shower and exercise. I'm going to tell you something, guys. This is pretty freaky shit, because any privacy you have in your home, or any little privacy you have in your home, away from the mass surveillance that takes place on our streets and all the the street lamps that have little, the street lamps have frigging microphones in them. They have little chips in them that can hear what people say, and even cameras. So yeah, they can basically track your every route even now. Not many people know that, but yeah, streetlights. They're already, streetlights automatically come on at a certain time now, don't they? They're smart. They're smart streetlights. They're connected to the internet already. But yeah, whatever little privacy you have left is going to be taken away from you because of all this smart stuff that they want to bring out, and are probably going to sell it to everyone as a good thing, and people are going to buy it like, oh yes, my life is so much easier now. So, gardens. Even your garden becomes smarter in the future with the IoT. You will be able to place IoT sensors in the garden. If these sensors detect dryness in the soil, they can trigger the irrigation system. Robotic lawnmowers can be automatically deployed if the grass needs a certain height, trying to get rid of any human jobs available that you have. So what do you do in your spare time? Robots are taking jobs. They're now doing everything that you do at home. What are you going to be left to do? What, just sit and watch TV? Look at where they're going with this. They're basically saying that robots are going to take everything, basically our life, everything we do in our lives is going to be done by robots and technology and AI. They're going to do everything for us. What are we going to do? That's our life taken away from us then, already. And if other stuff going on, like all the quarantines and all this stuff is supposed to go on for a very much longer time, and more pandemics and all this, you're going to have a social life. I mean, what the hell? Where they're going with this? It's quite scary. It is already home routines. It is already possible for much of the home to be connected with smart devices. There are smart sockets that automatically turn on and off devices, smart alarms that can play music when you wake up or even tell you the news. Voice assistants can run entire routines where the lights, home appliances, thermostats, alarms, and other devices are controlled. Going forward, this will be extended throughout the home, considering the morning routine. The shutters will be open right before you wake up to help you get rid of that. Even before you wake up, the coffee maker will start getting you your morning cup ready. The bathroom will get the water heated for you. For your shower, your stereo will start playing some morning tunes as you have a morning cup. So basically, everything's done for you. So what are you doing? Your TV will also turn on and show you your preferred news channels, of course, because that's important, isn't it? Your TV, yeah, you're gonna have your TV, and it's gonna turn on automatically and show you your favourite news channels, because that's what we want to hear every morning. The news spouting out their propaganda. Of course, the thermostat will adjust to a comfortable temperature. Of course, all these are not going to happen overnight. There are a few barriers to widespread adoption of IoT-enabled smart homes, the primary of which it costs. Privacy is another major concern, obviously. Then there are current technological limitations that create difficulties in a seamless connection between multiple IoT devices. Oh yeah, give me all these smart devices in my home. Let them take over my life for me. Yeah. Got another one here from an Australian website. I'm looking Carbon Track, the future of smart homes in functional feature integration. Smart home. And look at all this picture here, look. Cameras, all this connected. Washing machine by the looks of that, garage, fridge, light, key. Enter the smart home. The concept of smart home is steadily becoming a norm in daily lives, with the market introduction of smart plugs that connect internet-enabled home appliances and gadgets alike. Once the devices are connected, a frequency operating under your home broadband Wi-Fi, the homeowners can remotely access and operate these internet-connected devices, even when the person is away from the house. Smart home technology is making stride in making it easier for homes to adapt quickly, realise the benefits of home automation with an emerging steep market and a competitive industry being module with the home automation platform. Companies and tech providers are now keen to introduce better products in the near future. According to the Internet of Things analysts, the future of smart homes will evolve from its commercial plug-and-play setting into an integrated feature where smart home technology will be standard feature for new homes built in the future. When it comes to smart home ecosystems integration mechanics, several platforms derived from smart plugs are already making a market entry, and they will shape the functional features of every smart home very soon. Full automation. Yeah, of course, companies such as Google, Amazon, and Apple are set to introduce smart hubs. You've got to remember, guys, right? All this smart stuff, it started off with the smartphone, didn't it? The smartphone, that was the main thing. When the touchscreen phones came out, when Steve Jobs did his uh, he did his presentation on the iPhone, the very first iPhone, and everyone was amazed that it was touchscreen. And he was saying, "So how do you use the phone?" Well, you don't use buttons anymore. Now you can touch the screen. And he was showing everyone. Everyone was absolutely amazed that this technology exists now. Well, that technology has probably been around for a lot longer than what we're told. They probably had that in the hidden. How do we not know that these smart devices, smartphones, smart technology is old technology that's probably been used before in another time? And what they've done is they've got rid of it all somehow. Maybe there's some kind of event that took place, another great reset, and they just got rid of. This is just a theory that they got rid of all the technology, they hid it, and they release it when the time is right. So they've got all the technology. They probably could be like at least 50, 100 years ahead of what we know. The world powers that be hide that technology, probably keep it to themselves, and release it as the timeline goes on, when it needs to be released in their eyes. So, these smartphones that we have they could be hundreds of years old, but we're told that they only came out in the last 10 years, 10, 15 years. I mean, we don't know how advanced technology really is, do we? It's they've probably hid it and then just release it little by little as the timeline goes on, and that's how they make their money and keep in power, basically. Because people are amazed by all this technology that comes out, and you think about how quick and how man manages to create something on a small chip, so powerful. How it just it baffles me how fast technology has developed in our lifetime. Really, it's just, and it doesn't make any sense history. So what's not to say that this technology that we're using is very, very old, even ancient technology, but we've been made to believe that it's a new technology and it's always developing all the time. They're coming up with new different gadgets and technology. I know it's way more advanced than what we're told anyway. Way more advanced. I do not believe that the technology that we're told is the latest technology and the latest devices. I bet there's even some kind of energy out there that is hidden that would absolutely blow our mind, because we haven't seen anything like that before. But they could hide that energy. Yeah, I just don't. I just do not believe, even when it comes to technology, that it is what they say it is. That we've just invented this new device, or this device is coming out in a few years. They're just in the making of it now. The chances are it's probably already been made for decades, if not centuries, but they just keep it in the hidden. They don't tell anyone and then release it when the time's right. I've had a few people say to me, actually, someone that works in the military, saying they keep this technology and they say you would not believe how advanced the technology is. No one would believe it's at least 50 years in the future, you'd think. And they were talking about weaponry. So yeah, I just don't buy that technology is a new modern invention. And the smartphones. I mean, the legend of the scoring mirrors, the Black Mirror. Where did that come from? You know, it's light, in it, information. But when Steve Jobs was introducing that phone, he was like, it works like magic, being sarcastic. You could see he was being sarcastic when he was saying it. Look, it's a touchscreen, and you could see his face. He was like, oh my god, these people, amazed by something that doesn't that I've known for years, and my elite friends have known for a long time. Wonder what really happened to Steve Jobs anyway. That's interesting. Here we go. Energy efficient with automation. Automation is only gearing up a smart home for convenience. Hold on a minute, guys. I'm just gonna wait for this train to go by. Blooming annoying that my room is literally outside of facing a train track, and you do get some large freight trains going by. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. With automation in place and the strategic application of functional energy incorporated into the home, homeowners can decide which part of the house can be powered by solar, home battery, or electricity. In connecting the energy sources is an automated smart home energy management system. Homes will be able to adjust heating and turn off connected lights, appliances, water without human assistance. Fuck's sake. Really, come on. Bloody noises. Give me a sec. Someone on a motorbike now. I had to pause the recording for a minute. I'm just trying to find where I am. In connecting the energy sources in an automated smart home energy management system, homes will be able to adjust heating and turn off connected lights, appliances, water without human assistance. This makes for a very efficient home, as the home can monitor its energy consumption by itself and make informed decisions with the guidance of a homeowner in making adjustments to reach levels of energy efficiency. This is going to be an interesting one. Smart insulation. So now it's in your walls and your ceilings and stuff. Every home has a window designed out of their aesthetics, but it is in the near future. It reminds me of that Black Mirror episode. In the description of a Black Mirror episode, I think it's Entire History of You, it says in the near future, people have access to memory implants. Interesting how they say it there. Windows will also become smarter with the science of energy conversion and monitoring applied in the manufacturing of glass material. The concept of smart technology windows will make it easier and more efficient to retain heat and therefore improve the insulation capabilities of the home. With an embedded sensor, smart home windows can help monitor the weather conditions outside and pass on the data. Oh, fucking hell. It's all about data, isn't it? To the centralized home energy management system. This allows a platform to make its own adjustments with the thermostat. Guys, this is obviously it's about making everyone's lives convenient in it. That's what smart homes are about, and all these smartphones and smart TVs. Nothing to do with the gateway to the New World Order, which basically what the smartphone is and the internet is. It's connecting everyone, really. It's internet, in it, trapping people, net, web. I mean, the internet now is going to be very, very different. The internet now or the internet in the future is going to be very, very different to what it is now. It's not going to be as convenient in our favour. It's going to be convenient in the powers that be's favour, and they're going to make it out like it's convenient for us, even though that we know it's not going to be. It's going to be. It's not. It's going to be very controlled, very centralised. Everything's going to be connected. The smart home, the smart cities, data. It's going to be all about data, and it's going to fucking bike again. Honestly, it's going to be about data, and it's going to be about your social profile, and that's going to be connected to the Internet of Things as well. I mean, they're talking about transhumanism and you becoming your own computer. You're connected to the internet eventually. That's where they're going to end up. It's just, I know it seems a lot of people do not believe that will happen, but look at how much the World Economic Forum and all these weird people talking about transhumanism and how our bodies will be so high tech in the future that it will be hard to. Someone even quoted that it will be hard to distinguish between a machine and a human because they'll be that similar. So then we'll probably have fucking robot rights the way it's going. I know it seems ridiculous, but it's where it's going. Why are they making robots? I'll show you something quickly. Why are they making robots look like human form? Why? When you got to look at stuff like movies like this, robots, and how they make them look like human, in kids' films and stuff, make them romatize them like they're such a cool and good thing. And you just think to yourself, why are they making them human form? Why are they making them look like humans? Why are they developing them to look more human form? Where are they going with this? And the only thing I can think of is to replace us. I mean, it's going to get to the point where they're going to. We've already seen, what's her name? Sophia, is it? Why are they trying to make them look like humans? To replace us. So these will be the stronger version of us eventually when they develop. They're looking at developing artificial organs. Making robots more human. And eventually they will outsmart us and will be stronger than us. And they will be basically a smarter and stronger version of us. That's where I can see it going. And why would they need us after that? Because they'll just see us as weak, unless we develop into cyborgs ourselves, where you can't tell the difference between a robot and a human. Yes, it seems very sci-fi, science fiction, but guys, all this science fiction stuff movies they put out there is predictive programming. It's what it is. A lot of it is where they want to take us. They're basically saying, "Oh, we're asking for your permission to do this in the future." Look at all this stuff like Blade Runner 2049, is it Ghost in a Shell with Scarlett Johansson in, and to name a few. They're trying to create a super being, aren't they, or something? And it's beings like us that are going to be left in the dark because we just want our natural human form, and they're trying to take it away from us, and they're trying to eradicate people like us. They're making robots look like humans, and they want to make robots. I mean, humans look more robotic and more machine-like. So they're interconnected, I suppose, and eventually it'll become one. Where like I said, they're making it they'll probably make it where a robot and a human can get into a relationship, and a robot will have citizenship like like humans do now. Very freaky stuff, and we've got all this stuff like Alexa and Siri and Bixby. All these voice commands where you say "Hey Siri" or "Hey Alexa" and you ask it a question and it replies like you're talking to just an ordinary person. It can tell jokes, it can laugh. All that you have to do is put an Alexa style voice command into one of these robots, and now you've got a walking, talking robot. A walking, talking robot with artificial intelligence features that recognizes your voice and recognizes what you're saying. We are literally there. That is round the corner, and that is some scary shit. This thing here is absolute freaked the shit out of me. I saw another article the other day. I'll just show you quickly, actually. So yeah, here we've got the BBC News. Boston Dynamics condemns robot paintball rampage plan. So here we can see like a gun style. It's only like a paintballing gun to spot. So it's given basically a weapon. You've probably seen. I've done a video on that. Now I want you to look at this. US art installation that will let people control a paintballing robot in a mock art gallery has been condemned by the firm that made the Robo Dog. Boston Dynamics criticised the project, calling it a provocative use of its quadruped robot Spot. It warned that if the spectacle goes ahead, Spot's warranty might be voided, meaning it could be updated. The group behind it, MSCHF, whatever that stands for, argues that Spot or robot or robots like it will probably be used for military applications. The group is known for creating viral stunts, stories, and products. The project, entitled Spot Rampage, is due to start at 1 o'clock. So I said about this, how it reminded me of that Black Mirror episode Metalhead, where there's basically it's one of the episodes in a post-apocalyptic world where there's a robot that looks exactly like this, going around and killing people, shooting people. And as we know, I've talked about before, Black Mirror has a lot of predictive programming in it, from the social credit system to Boris Johnson becoming Prime Minister to all sorts of stuff. And I just look at this and think it's just all mockery, really. This is mockery. I'll just show you now. So yeah, I've seen this dog before. I've done a video on it. It didn't have this on it. It was just a dog walking around, and I even said it looked like that Black Mirror episode, Metalhead, before this news article even came out, with a gun on it. And I think I even said all they have to do is put a gun on it, and there you go. You've got that robot from Black Mirror, Metalhead. And lo and behold, a couple of weeks later, they introduced this. They expanded it because that's what it looks. This is the original photo. Hold on. Yeah, this was the original. See, original Spot robot. It didn't have the paintball gun on it. That's what I thought it was when I did the video, and then I saw that article, and then they added the paintball gun, saying it could be used for military exercises. Now I want you to look at that. And this is the killer dog from Black Mirror Metalhead. It's got weapons on it. And I said how that Spot dog looked like this from the Black Mirror episode, just without the weapons. And then a few weeks later, we get an article saying that they've added a paintball gun on it. It just amazes me, really. So anyway, going back to the smart stuff and all that. And so we looked at smart homes. So yeah, that's one example. And the smart homes will be in the smart cities. Yeah. And everything in the smart homes is connected to the internet. But not only that, everything in the cities is also connected to the internet, the industry, the security, retail, society, healthcare, obviously your homes, energy, and mobility. Now, what I find interesting when you look at the smart cities, they all talk about, like, obviously we've been to believe that an image in our head when we think of cities are tall, high-rise buildings. It wasn't always the case, that, because cities once upon a time were some much smaller buildings that were grand, beautiful, and had a lot of art and culture engraved into their design. You know, when you look at old cities like in Paris even, or London and York, and, you know, all these older cities, very attractive and beautiful looking, whereas now they're just built bland, tall, high-rise buildings that are not meant to last. So I'm thinking, why are they building them like they're not meant to last? And why are they building all these skyscrapers all of a sudden? Let me show you something else. Now, there is many cities around the world, loads of cities around the world, especially now, not just London, but I'm just giving London as an example because it is closer to where I am. So if we look at the list of the tallest buildings in London, so list of tallest buildings and structures in London, You know, all these are like 21st century buildings anyway. They didn't used to, a lot of them didn't used to exist. Amazing how it was only in the 1960s they started building high-rise buildings, really. But at the moment, there's round about, trying to find it, 102, 105 high-rise skyscrapers in London, at least 100 metres tall. So here we say it says 100, 327 foot, I'm guessing. That means 100 metres. So there's about 102, 105 tall buildings that are at least 100 metres tall. Now, if you look at under construction, these are all under construction at this moment in time. There's quite a lot in there in a short period of time. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So there's 23 at least 100 metres tall that are already under construction now. That's quite a lot. And then you've got the approved, so buildings that have been approved and are ready to go ahead. So 23, let's continue, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77. And then you've got proposed buildings of, I'll just say skyscrapers in the UK form. Anything over 100 metres in the UK is classed as a skyscraper. So there's 102, 105 skyscrapers, let's say 105 skyscrapers are already in London at the moment. So I think we got up to 72, didn't we, so far? So there's 72 buildings that are not completed yet, approved or under construction already in a short period of time. So now we've got proposed. So we're up to 72 so far. So these are all the proposed buildings, skyscrapers that the plan. So 73 from Quay House, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97. So proposed, approved, and under construction, right? These are all the skyscrapers that are proposed. So there's 97 skyscrapers that are under construction, approved, or proposed, right? That is almost twice as many as are already up in London. So it basically, the amount of skyscrapers in London is going to double in a short period of time. Why are they building so many skyscrapers all over the world? And it's not just London. There's other cities. Melbourne's supposed to double its skyscraper capacity. Even in Toronto, other cities around the world, in Europe even. In the UK, I think Manchester, they're building absolute loads of tall buildings and even skyscrapers. I mean, it says here, look, this is out of date now. As of 20, no, it's not actually. When I looked at Manchester last year, wrong one. Manchester, when we looked at list of tallest buildings in Manchester, there were only about 4 or 5. Now there's about 10 or 11 that have gone up just like that during the lockdown. I think they want everyone living in compact spaces. And they want to get rid of suburban areas eventually. So they want everyone living in a compact cities, you know, where you live in basically hen cages, in small apartment blocks or tall apartment blocks in small rooms, where you've got people below you, people above you, people at the side of you, and that will be a smart building. That's where it's going. So yeah, I think they want to build all these tall buildings. I'll just give you an example. So yeah, I'll just give you an example. Another one's like Melbourne, right? Yes, we believe that city skylines do develop and, buildings are built, but it's just the fact that they're building skyscrapers all over the world in vast numbers, especially now, and they're building tall buildings all over as well. You look at even cities in this country, right? I'll show you another one actually. This is interesting. Student blocks. Some of the cities around in the UK, some of the tallest buildings in some of the cities in the UK are student blocks, university student blocks. So some of them are tall. I'm going to show you an example in a minute as well. But yeah, look at Melbourne. Look at how skyscrapers and how much has gone up in the last 20 years. And look at how tall they are. Look at how compact they are. I think they want people living in compact, smart cities so they have control over them. And if they want less people in the world, well, all they have to do is move the remaining people left into the smart cities, so it gives the illusion that there's a big population or that it's overpopulated again. That's another thing as well. I think, they give the impression to get everyone into cities, and I think that was their, agenda as well. Even in like the 50s and 60s after the war, was to migrate people from the countryside and the villages and the natural beauty of nature into concrete jungles to give the illusion that the world's overpopulated. But obviously, the reason why it looks like it's overpopulated is because everyone's cramped into a small area, which is the big mega metropolises, the big mega cities. And they're all very compact, and it gives the illusion that it's overpopulated, even though there's so much space around. I'll just give you an example actually of the student blocks in this country that they've built over the last 10 years. So here we've got Coventry. I'll try and find a better photo. Yeah, Coventry. This might be a better one. I think this is the one we was on anyway. But yeah, if you look at the tallest buildings in Coventry now, yeah, it's this one. These buildings here, these modern buildings, you can clearly see the new, and they're built very quickly and very cheaply. These are all student blocks. So the tallest buildings in Coventry, for example, and other cities as well, are student blocks. And they build them so quickly. And I'm thinking, why are these student accommodations for universities that are basically controlled and, and very greedy? Big corporations, a lot of them obviously belong to secret societies and Freemasons, and they're basically indoctrination camps, aren't they? Why are the tallest buildings that dominate city skylines becoming student blocks? Because these these new buildings here, and it looks like there's one going up over there as well in the distance, see, are the tallest buildings in Coventry, and the student blocks, the student accommodation. Look, student accommodation. They could build them a lot smaller, and I'd probably have enough space to build a lot more smaller buildings in that area, but they decide to go upwards. And it's like London, for example. Again, tallest building. I'll just show you. When I look at the skyline in London, all I see now is when you go to the cities. In the past, the most tallest buildings were obviously big churches, which were healing centres, weren't there? And big cathedrals, big domes that looked beautiful and were there, probably energy sources. And if you notice, they're trying to get rid of them now, and you're thinking, why? Why are they trying to get rid of them and replace them with these big, horrible, ugly-looking boxes that dominate the skyline? Because all I see when I look at these big glass towers in the big cities like New York, London, even Tokyo, Shanghai, Toronto, Sydney, Melbourne, wherever, Paris, even Paris now. The modern buildings are really tall glass buildings that are compact and horrible looking, and they look like they're not meant to last. And when I look at them, all I see is greedy, rich corporations overtaking our towns and cities. And they're big, they are dominating our cities, changing the face of our cities. No character to them, and they probably give that mood as well, it makes you less happy. This is a crime against humanity, I think, because the tallest buildings around here in London, which is a very historic city, which has lots of history, is dominated by big greedy corporations, big businessmen. Now I want you to look at this building here. This supposedly looks called the Gherkin. Now I'm going to tell you something now. I've got to be careful what I say. I'm trying to be careful what I say on YouTube anyway. That's why I don't say a lot of stuff. But I want you to look at this building here. This was built by a Jewish man. Now, it looks, pardon the language, you can skip this for a couple of minutes. I'm nearly done anyway. But it looks like a penis. A Jewish penis with no foreskin. The Jews, they have their foreskin removed, don't they? Is it supposed to represent Jewish dominance? I've got to be careful what I say because I'll probably get my video removed. But yeah, people say it looks like a bullet. Some people say it looks like a gherkin, but I see a Jewish penis with the foreskin removed to show that, look, I'm Jewish and I've dominated your skyline. These people are fucking crazy, and the chances are that's probably what it is secretly. I mean, these people are dirtbags, aren't they? I'm not saying Jews. I'm not saying Jews at all. I'm saying the people that, these big corporations and business people that want to take over the world, they're the dirtbags, not the Jews. The ones that use that religion to get where they are, but not actual Jewish people. This is another building, look. Just looks like a sperm, doesn't it? Looks like a sperm. But we're supposed to say it looks like a tulip. So you've got the penis here, look, the penis looking building, the gherkin, and then right next to it, it looks like a sperm is shooting out of it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and they build all these, just look at some of these buildings as well. Look at this tall tower here. It looks like a cage. Some of these buildings look like cages, prisons. And this is all over the world. So yeah, they want everyone living in small, in compact, dense, smart cities, so they can control the population more. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'll leave it there because this is probably the longest video I've actually ever done that isn't a live. I haven't done a live in ages. I'll probably have to do a live at some point. I don't really, to be honest. I don't do lives, do I? I should do. I'll probably do one where it's just me online, probably for about half an hour or an hour, just chatting to you guys in the chat. But I don't know when I'll do a panel where I have other people on. I'll have to do one at some point because I haven't done one in a very long time. I've just stopped doing them. I just don't. I don't know really. Sometimes I get troll. What I worry about is trolls are going to come on and just take over and, and all that, and I have to remove them. And I don't want to remove people because I'm totally against, I'm for freedom of speech. That's what I'm for. And, I don't really like to remove people, but when it's my channel and you've got some people coming on and just taking over and, telling us what to research and stuff, which I've seen on a lot of panels, and it's a mess really, because then you get people coming on and arguing with each other, and it's just people talking about each other and dividing people. People are getting divided, and to be honest, and people are also worried about and pointing fingers out who's shill and who's not a shill, and I just see it as you're arguing over this stuff when really what we need to look at here is a common enemy. Yes, some people might be shills and there might be disinfos, but we can look at that later. At the moment, the main threat is that people, we're under attack at the moment, and we're at an important time in history, where it can go either way. This is the time, the most important time in history, where we need to stick together and fight a common enemy. But people are dividing. People are getting divided by arguments and what they believe in. And all it's doing is just causing people to, lose faith in each other. And then they're arguing over stuff like that when the powers that be are planning something big on us and taking over our world. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks, guys. I'll look forward to making the next video.